Hello, good afternoon. My name is Arnold Viersen. I'm a member of Parliament in Canada. And my entrance into the fight against human trafficking comes through introducing a motion in the House of Commons in Canada. Now, I'm an auto mechanic by trade, and my friends always say, Arnold, there's not a wrench big enough to fix Ottawa, but I say we got to try anyways. So I've introduced a motion that would study the impacts of pornography on Canadian society, and I was quite naive to the fact that I thought, well, we could fix this problem because this problem was small. It turns out that pornography is the marketing material for many of the human trafficking victims that exist. Pornography is being used to market the individuals that are then sold, bought and sold online. They are often forced, human trafficking victims are often forced to participate in the production of pornography, but they're then also used as drivers for the types of things that people come to buy. And so I think we do not end human trafficking if we don't end the demand for it. And so human trafficking or the demand for paid sex is coming out of the viewing of pornography. Now, one of the challenges we have in Canada, and I'm sure it's the same around the world, is that the age of first contact with pornography continues to go down. In Canada, the age of first contact with pornography is 9 years old. Kids at 9 are generally not looking for pornography. It's something that is being marketed to them. The trouble we have, and this doesn't happen for everybody, but along the way, children get addicted to pornography, and by the time they're 30 or 40 years old, they're heading to the Philippines to buy paid sex with children. This is an ongoing issue, and there's many things that Canadian government has worked on to try to minimize this. So we're working on trying to bring in age verification laws so that kids that are viewing pornography then have to run through some sort of barrier. We're not real particular on what that barrier is, just like when you go to the corner store and you want to buy cigarettes or alcohol, we don't say to the shopkeeper, you must use this type of mechanism to verify the age of the person. We're just saying you can't sell pornographic material or you can't provide it to children. We're not real particular on the mechanism, but we are working on that. On the flip side, we're also trying to keep kids out of porn in terms of being actors in porn. It's already illegal in Canada to have underage children in pornography. It's already illegal in Canada to have non-consensual images in porn. But the big problem we have is that the police in Canada have to prove that the person's underage, have to prove that they don't consent. So we're working on a piece of legislation that will make it so that if you don't have documentation proving the age and proving the consent of the people depicted in your videos, that is a violation of the criminal code. It comes with a fine and an eventual jail sentence. So that's some of the things that we've been doing around the pornography issue. The other issue is that some of the products of people that have looked at pornography for a very long time is that they're traveling around the world to then fulfill some of their desires. And we have a particular case in a guy named David Baker, ongoing problems with him. He's been in and out of jail, he's been convicted several times. He is a registered sex offender in Canada. We have no system of alerting other countries that he's coming. Oftentimes we know that he's leaving and we have no way of alerting them. So we've been working on we first then said that they had to register with us anytime they leave the country. What the problem with that is that they were sitting in the airplane, sending the email, alerting our government saying we're leaving the country. So we've actually moved that up. They have to now alert us 30 days before they leave the country. We're we worked on bringing in a system so that we can revoke passports of registered sex offenders, and so this is something that we've been working on as well. We have the law in place, however, much to my frustration, our Canadian government has only revoked, out of the 44,000 registered sex offenders in Canada, we've only revoked 2 passports. Finally, I'm looking for a system that we can mark our passports. I know many countries already mark passports of registered sex offenders, and I would like a Canadian passport, because in the front cover of the Canadian passport it says, we, the government of Canada, or on behalf of the Crown, we testify that this is a citizen of our country and we ask you to give them fair passage everywhere that they want to go. We basically endorse the individual who's carrying our passport. And I would like, if we can't revoke the passport, if we're not going to revoke the passport, at least put in that page a notification that, alert, this person is on the registered sex offender list in our country. The final kind of major policy thing that I think is important around the combating of human trafficking, particularly human trafficking of children, is collaboration of police forces. I know that the Canadian RCMP, our National Police Force, they have RCMP officers sitting or stationed in Cambodia, because the Cambodian government realizes that they have a problem with Canadians coming to their country to participate in basically the child sex industry. And so the Canadian courts, the Canadian laws were very good on this. We can deal with our own citizens that are going to Cambodia. So we actually have stationed in Cambodia RCMP officers to deal with our Canadian citizens that are going to Cambodia. And I think that this is probably a highlight of how law enforcement cooperation can happen. I note that this is only one country in the world that we're doing this in, but it is something that we're proud of, and we hope that other countries we can work with to ensure that our Canadian citizens at least aren't going abroad and participating in those kind of heinous activities. So that's a whirlwind tour of the things that we're working on in Canada, and I hope that some of these ideas you can either help Canada in them or implement some of them in your country. Thank you.